Good morning. This is Chair French convening the regular business meeting of the Kansas Corporation Commission for Thursday, August 28th. I'm joined by my colleagues, Commissioner Keene and Commissioner Keither. On today's business meeting agenda, we have a consent agenda consisting of 20 items. We have two noticed items, and then we have a Federal Energy Regulatory Commission matter. With that, we will begin with our consent agenda. Commissioners, you've had the opportunity to review the 20 items on the consent agenda. Are there any questions at this time, beginning with Commissioner Keither
No questions, thanks.
and Commissioner Keene?
None for me either. I'd move approval of the consent agenda.
Second.
All right, we've got a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda. Is there any further discussion on that motion? Hearing none, all in favor, please vote aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed, say no. The consent agenda is approved. With that, we will move to our noticed items. Our first noticed item is in docket number 26 EKCE 065 COM, and this is a proposed order on prima facie determination. Our presenter for this item is Mr. Brian Fedotin. Good morning, Brian.
Good morning, Commissioners. On August 21st, Bruce Nichols filed a formal complaint against Evergy, alleging Evergy wrongfully assessed him an overdue balance incurred by a friend on a different property. This order finds that the formal complaint meets the procedural requirements of KAR 82-1-220B and should be served upon Evergy for an answer within 10 days of service. With that, I'm available for questions.
All right, thank you. Are there any questions on this item, beginning again with Commissioner Keither?
No questions.
All right, and Commissioner Keene?
None for me either. I'd move approval of the order.
Second.
All right, we've got a motion and a second for approval of the order as described in this docket. Is there any further discussion on that motion? Hearing none, all in favor, please vote aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed, say no. The order is approved. We will now move to our second noticed item. This is in docket number 26 4REE 066 COM, and this is a proposed order on prima facie determination in that docket. And our presenter again is Mr. Brian Fedotin.
Thank you. On August 22nd, Derek Keem filed a formal complaint against Four Rivers Electric Cooperative Incorporated. Mr. Keem plans to construct a home and received an estimate of over $58,000 for service, and that estimate does not include costs for tree removal and other potentially associated costs. The complaint claims that Four Rivers refuses to release the site from its service territory so Evergy can provide electric service at a lower rate. This order finds the formal complaint meets the procedural requirements of KAR 82-1-220B and does make a prima facie case for further investigation and shall be served upon Four Rivers for an answer within 10 days of service. With that, I'm available for questions.
All right, thank you again, Brian. Are there any questions on this item, beginning again with Commissioner Keither
No questions.
and Commissioner Keene?
None for me either. I'd move approval of the order.
Second.
All right, we've got a motion and a second to approve the order as described in this docket. Is there any further discussion on that motion? Hearing none, all in favor, please vote aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed, say no. The order is approved. Thank you, Brian.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you.
All right. With that, we will move to the last item noted on today's business meeting agenda. As I mentioned before, this is a Federal Energy Regulatory Commission matter in FERC docket numbers RP 25989-000 and RP 25-989-001. Our presenter for this item is Ms. Carly Mazzantine, FERC Affairs Counsel. Carly, take it away.
Yes, good morning, Commissioners. On July 1st, 2025, Northern Natural filed a rate case at the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission under Section 4 of the Natural Gas Act, and this was docketed as RP 25-989-000, in which Northern Natural proposed a $286 million increase in its annual cost of service. Northern cited rationale for this increase, such as asset modernization and maintenance capital investments, increased depreciation, and increased operations and maintenance expense, among others. Northern also filed a prospective case that proposes changes to its general terms and conditions of service and rate design. On July 17th, 2025, Northern filed an amendment to its first filing, and that amendment was docketed as RP 25-989-001. So together, these filings represent the body of changes that Northern is requesting to be accepted by FERC in its rate proceeding. Motions to intervene were due on July 14th, 2025. However, due to the press of ongoing state business and the absence of key personnel, Commission staff was unaware of the Northern case until about mid-August. Northern had served its July 1st, 2025 filing to the Commission, but solely to one Commission staff representative, who at the time was heavily involved in a state rate case. Since learning of the filing, the Commission staff has taken appropriate steps to attempt to intervene in the docket. A polling of the dockets counseled by the Commission's DC FERC Council revealed no objections to the Commission's late intervention. The Commission's council is also taking appropriate steps to update Northern Natural's service list to ensure that more members of Commission staff are added in the future, as well as appropriate counsel. Commission staff believes it would be a benefit to Kansans to intervene in this docket by motioning to intervene out of time to monitor the rate case proceedings. Submitting a motion to intervene ensures this commission remains informed of the docket's developments and further preserves the commission's ability to protect the interests of Kansas ratepayers. I recommend the commission authorize its DC council to file a motion to intervene out of time in FERC docket numbers RP 25-989-000 and RP 25-989-001. Thank you.
All right. Are there any questions for Carly before I make the motion?
No questions.
Hearing no questions, I will move the commission authorize our DC council to motion for intervention out of time and file comments in docket number 20 or RP 25-989-000 and RP 25-989-001. And to take such action therein as necessary to protect the interests of Kansas ratepayers.
Second.
All right, we've got a motion and a second, as just stated. Is there any further discussion on that motion? Hearing none, all in favor, please vote aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed, say no. The motion is approved. Thank you, Carly.
Thank you.
Thank you.
With that, we have come to the conclusion of all the items noted on today's business meeting agenda. If there's nothing further to come before us this morning, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
I move that we adjourn.
Second.
Got a motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor, please vote aye.
Aye.
Aye. We're adjourned. Thank you all. Take care.
Aye.